Hi, good morning. I'm going to present to you the use of drama techniques to develop the speaking skill. Well, I'm going to start with the context of the problem. After notice different presentations that students did, students have difficulties speaking in front of the audience, and also they tend to lower their voice during the presentation. It's important to mention that when they use a visual aid, they tend to hide behind of the visual aid, so it's difficult to listen them, and it's a problem with the audience. And also another problem is the structure of their ideas. So basically they found difficult at the moment of presenting a an activity or a poster or a worksheet. um, they found difficult to structure the idea, so they have to write what they are what they are going to say, and that becomes in a problem because at the moment of presenting the information they tend to read all of the script all of this they tend to read the script that they did, so they don't practice in their speaking skill, they just read. So basically, to continue with my presentation, my main aim is to analyze my main aim is to analyze the effectiveness My main aim is to analyze the effectiveness of using drama techniques to develop speaking skills in first-year secondary school students. And to achieve this objective, I'm going to create sequences to guide students to produce the language by drama techniques. To adapt the drama techniques according to the sequences and to present the analysis results. Well, I'm going to present now the theoretical support, in which one, to develop my sequences, I decided to use two methodologies. First is TVL, in which one it gives them the opportunity of the students to create to practice the language by doing the task. So they are doing or creating certain activities by using the language. And also I decided to use presentation, practice, and production because I focus on the use of drama techniques specifically in the part of production, because it was the opportunity in which the students could use the drama techniques by using their language. So I decided to implement it in that stage. I also continue with the communicative skills. During the sequences of my practice, I decided to use all of them. Listening and reading based on this hesitate the language, and this gradient to help the students to know how to structure the language, then so they then can practice it, and then they could speak the language, and then they could speak as they formulate well their ideas. As my objective is that students have better or develop their speaking skill, I'm going to focus in one particular sub skill, in which one I could notice the difference of how the students start and the progressive. So the speaking skill has two sub skills, which one that are accuracy and fluency, and I'm going to focus on fluency. Why? Because it's a way that students can speak spontaneously, and I don't, and also because students, yes, and also because I don't want that the students be worried about how they produce the language and in the form. I want that they produce it. So drama is so to use drama, I decided to use drama because the motivation that can help them to want to learn the learn can help them to feel motivated to use the language. Also, the drama gives them the opportunities to interact with each other, and also as they interact, they gain confidence and self-esteem. This drama encourages teaching children how to listen and respond properly, so they will they are practicing the drama in different contexts and in different situations. They know how they have to answer and how they have to ask. um, the drama techniques are activities that are based on techniques that are used by other actors in their training, so are adapted to this English teaching are adapted to this teaching English. um, Students become more confident in their use of English by experiencing the language in operation. So basically, these drama techniques help them to open these opportunities and to speak more. And that's it. So for my methodology, I decided to well I'm going to present my study group, and there are well, they are consist in 19 girls and 50 boys. They are from first grade, and according to a survey that I made, most of the students have not had English classes prior of the starting of the course. So they are starting to learning the basis, the base. They are starting to learn the second language. And well, to start with this research, I use a diagnostic. This diagnostic activity was consisted in that the students have to create a story and they have to present in front of the group. So using a rubric and checklist, I evaluate the level of of their ability of the speaking. And then for the first intervention, I decided to use 3 drama techniques based on a handbook of the authors Marlin and Dove. And the first one was to help the students to know each other and to practice practice the language. Um, The second one was to help the students to present, to have more confidence presenting in front of the group, as they have to use a hat and change their personality or change or interpret a character. So they have to um, like like be don't be in their, so they have to, so I could notice how many of them was wanted to participate in these activities where they have to change their personality or interpret different the way that they used to do it. And the last one was word from into words, phrases, and sentences. In this one was my last activity where I could notice how well they connect their ideas, or they connect coherency and their ideas to create this dialogue, and then notice how well they present this as they already did it. And then in the second intervention, it was just an activity suggested by Harmer, that was a role play. So to analyze the result of the activity word from into words, where they have to match the sentences or the phrases to create a dialogue, I decided to use the same rubric as the diagnostic, so I could notice a differences. And in the second intervention, where the students did a role play, I decided to use a checklist based on a fluency scale. So I decided to use only the specific factors that I consider like my students could achieve. So the results were that in the diagnostic results were that students have problems and or are they already know develop the fluency in the interaction. They they can link works, and they can ask and answer questions, and the manage of their speaking are not great. For the activity word from into words, phrases, and sentences, where they have to match the sentences. The only change that I could notice it was that the coherence of their ideas were more structured, because of they already have a previous knowledge of what was the meaning of what, oh well, they know what they were saying, and they don't translate the activities, the stories. So that helped them to notice, or that helped them to structure very well their ideas. In the role play results, I could notice that they are working in their speaking speaking tone, speaking volume, and also they don't speak like in a natural way. They also they continue to they could structure well their ideas, but that was by writing. So as they could write short and concrete ideas, they could oh no. So as they could not write short and structural ideas, they have troubles at the moment of presentation because they don't know what they were saying, and they have to read their notes. So basically my conclusion are, after presenting these sequences, the students were able to make their conversation more coherent. It was noticed in the role no, it was noticed in the activity of the words, and the students continue writing their ideas before presenting. But a fact was that two of the students were able to create this presentation without the notebook. Um, the students keep reading their notes but did not need help to structure the idea. So basically, they are starting to use what they learn in the sequences, and the students appear or look shy, so they did not speak loudly during the presentation, and they don't, at this point they are not construct this well finish to construct this confident to present in front of the group, and it is necessary to continue working on the students fluency, um, as they can help them to structure the ideas and notice what they and make them conscious about what they are saying, so they could keep the conversation in a fluency way. That's it.